Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. So this time I'm gonna show you how I made my son's hat. Showing you the last tutorial, which it was how to make the Grinch sweater. So now I made the hat so he could have the complete set, and it was pretty simple to make. I actually used one of his old hats, and I used a little bit of felt and also this polar fleece that I found at, I believe it was Joann's. So this is the hat that I'm using. I'm gonna use it as a pattern. I decided to give it a try and use the embroidery with this. So the fabric is a little stretchy, which is good because that way I can have the right measure for the hat. I decided to make two, and because this one turned out a little smaller, I needed to leave a little more room for it. So just be aware that some fabrics stretch more than others, so I will make it a little bigger, and if you don't like it you can always resize it instead of making it smaller. So I'm gonna fold it in half like this, and as you can tell my fabric is folded in half as well, and I'm just gonna go ahead and straighten cut it. That way I have my hat pattern. So I'm gonna start cutting on the edge right here, and then I'm just going to give it the shape that it needs. For this next step, I'm gonna add it into my hoop, and I'm gonna start embroidering. So I'm just gonna make sure that everything is centered. I use that heat and bond spray just to make sure that it wasn't moving, and then I'm gonna pin it and I'm gonna start with the embroidery. If you need the file, go check out my vlog. I have the SVG link for you to get it and download it if you have an embroidery. I'm using my brother, I think it's BE 700 or something like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and just stitch it, follow the directions for the Grinch. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this in here, and it should be ready in a little bit. So for the eyes, I'm using the felt. I used a little bit of it, and I'm gonna continue with this stitching. It's just removing the excess so I don't have to do it later on, and I'll just do the facial features. Once you're done with that, remove the pins and we're ready to continue with the hat. So now I have my pattern this way. I'm gonna face it the wrong way with on the long side, and I'm gonna start sewing it. This will give me a long strip of the hat, and then I'm gonna fold that in half. If you want, you can do this zigzag stitch or do some sort of fixing so it doesn't, and this fabric won't fray, but so it has a better finishing to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna turn it on the right side. As you can tell, this is how the hat will look like. And now I'm gonna start closing the insides of the hat. I'm gonna just do a little zigzag stitch so it doesn't move by the time I'm actually adding the actual stitch that I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these two pieces together, not closing the hat just yet, just adding the, or helping the pieces get together. Now that I finished with the zigzag stitch, I'm actually gonna close the hat. You can do a different stitch just to hide everything. I didn't want to make it a hat that you can turn, and I decided to do it this way, but you can actually stitch it and then flip it inside out so you don't have to see the stitch, but this was gonna be inside, so it didn't really matter for us. It was just a quick hat that I had to do. I'm gonna do another stitch in here because if not, it looks weird. It has a weird shape. We need this other one right here, so I'm just gonna add a quick little tap, and it'll give it a round shape to the hat. And it was just something quick that I did the night before my son's festival. I always do everything last minute, so this was no exception, and it turned out pretty cool. It was like the perfect hat for the sweater. My son was really excited to wear this for his festival, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, and share this video. Bye guys.